Hey everyone, welcome to this video. I know it's been a while, but today we're going to be taking a look at all of the Nintendo Switch games I own, at least the physical ones. I have a few more digitally, which I will talk about a few of them at the beginning just because I'm probably going to get questions like, why don't you have Animal Crossing? Which I do, but it's digital. Same with Pokemon Sword, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Maker 2. So now you know I own those things and you don't have to leave a comment being like, why do you have a Switch but not Breath of the Wild? So there you go. Oh yeah, and before we start, I just wanted to say, basically the way this works is I'm just going to go through every game, give a few thoughts on it. I have some time right now, so I will probably be finishing the remainder of the ones I haven't finished yet, but so far, this is what I think of these games. So first up, we have Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. I beat this recently. I had never played Assassin's Creed 3 before, and I thought it was pretty okay. Everybody seems to not like this one, but I thought the story was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I've also never played through any of the other ones, so maybe that has something to do with it, but I want to play Black Flag eventually when I can get that, so that'll be fun. Next up, we have Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This game's okay. I mean, I got it on sale, so I can't really complain too much, but it's not my favorite Switch game, or game in general. It's just pretty okay, I guess. Next up, we have the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I played this on PS4 once, but I never played Crash 1 because I got to a point and I was just like, I don't want to play that anymore because it was too hard. But on here, I beat all three. I had a really good time, and I think it says something about the game that I could play it twice and not get bored with it, so that was cool. Next up, we have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I never played this on Wii U, so this was the first time I played it, and I thought it was pretty good. It's a lot of fun. I feel like a lot of people forget this game exists, but it's still pretty good, so I'd recommend it. I think it's on sale right now, so you should go buy that. Next up, we have Fire Emblem Three Houses. This is probably one of my favorite games on the Switch, which I honestly did not expect when I bought it because I'd never played a Fire Emblem game before, but this game's fantastic. If you have like any sort of interest in it, I would highly recommend it. It's one of the best Switch games out there, so Fire Emblem, buy it. Next up, we have Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Similar story with Fire Emblem. I didn't think I would really enjoy it that much, but I saw some gameplay and I thought I'd give it a try. At first, it took a while. I didn't really understand what to do because I'd never played a Warriors game, but I also skip a lot of tutorials and then I'm like, oh, it's the game's fault, which it's not. But also this game is pretty fun. I beat the whole thing over winter break and it was a good time, so also recommended. Next up, we have Katamari Damacy Reroll. This one's okay. I wanted Katamari Damacy ever since I was a kid and I never got it then, so when they remade it I was like, oh, I'll try it. I mean, it's fine. I feel like it's a cool concept that 5 hours into the game you're just like, alright, I've seen all there is to see because you do the same thing in every level, and yeah, it's cool to roll up cities and cows and whatever, but I feel like it's a little long for what it is. Although I think it would be better if it didn't have a story mode per se, but more of an arcade mode, which I know unlocks when you beat the story. But it would have been cool to just have that from the start with all the levels. Next up, we have Kirby Star Allies. That's a $60 game right there, and it's 4 hours long, so probably don't buy this one. Next up, we have The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. It's fine. It's very much just fine, and Breath of the Wild was my first Zelda game, and this is the second one I ever played, so I played the whole thing, which is new for me, and it's fine. I 100%ed it. It's a solid 7 out of 10, but a lot of the dungeon designs have not aged very well and are unnecessarily confusing. So if you can get it on sale and you like 2D Zelda, then go ahead. It's not a must-have. Next up, we have Lego City Undercover. I've only played about an hour of this so far, but so far, it's actually pretty good. It runs horribly on here, but it's funny, so there's that. If you have a PS4 or Xbox One, I would probably get it on there because it probably doesn't run like garbage, but it's passable, I guess, if all you have is a Switch. Next up, we have Luigis Mansion 3. This game looks so good. Like, I don't know how they got it to look this good on the Switch, but it looks amazing. Gameplay wise, it's okay. It's not my favorite game. I feel like it's a little long. I think the first Luigi's Mansion was perfect in the sense that like it wasn't too long, and it also gave you incentives to like go back and play the game again, and because it wasn't long, you could. This game is quite long for what it actually is, and you do a lot of the same things over and over. So like, I would have liked to see more variety in like the ghost types and in like sort of just the length of the game. It could have been a lot shorter. So not my favorite game, but technically impressive. Next up we have Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I haven't played a lot of this game, so I probably can't really give an opinion on it. I hope to play it soon, but this is one of the ones I haven't played yet. Next we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's Mario Kart 8. You already know about it. I don't need to talk about it. Next we have Mario Tennis Aces. This game is disappointing. I mean, like, the multiplayer is actually pretty fun. I don't know if anyone plays it anymore because I played it in 2018 when it came out. But the multiplayer is fun, especially online. It gets kind of heated. The single player in this game is so bad. Like, I couldn't even finish it. This is one of the few Switch games that I haven't finished, that I don't really know if I have an intention of finishing because it's terrible. But the multiplayer is fun at least, so there's that. Next up we have Minecraft. It's Minecraft but on the Switch. It's kind of terrible in handheld mode because the Joy-Cons analog sticks are too small, so like when you move around it's hard to aim with them, and also the text is tiny as well in handheld mode, so I wish they would fix those things, but like other than that it's just Minecraft but on the Switch. Next up we have My Hero One's Justice. I don't know why it's called this with no colon. It's a very strange title, but either way, that's what you would expect from a Bandai Namco arena fighter that's not Naruto Storm, so it's like pretty mediocre, but also like fine. A lot of the characters are very broken, and the story mode frustrated me in many different ways when like the characters would just one-shot you from across the stage and you couldn't even like fight back. But you know, I beat it. It was an experience. I don't know if it's one I would recommend, but it sure is an experience. Next up we have New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I played this on the Wii U and then somehow decided it was a good idea to spend money on this again. And then I beat the whole game, which I didn't do on the Wii U, so that was fun. Nabbit's great because I'm terrible at 2D Mario games, so Nabbit's really fun because you literally cannot die no matter how hard you try, which made the final boss great. Next up we have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, which actually I also have the Steelbook for, which has Pikachu on the back, so I don't know, I guess they don't like Pikachu. Either way, I actually kind of think I like this more than Sword and Shield. I've put more time into this, which is weird because there's a lot less content, but I think hunting for shinies in this game was a lot more fun when you could see them in the overworld. And also, hatching eggs for shinies is really boring, and I know this game shiny hunting is like boring as well. It's always boring, but it's really boring in Sword and Shield, and I feel like this was kind of more fun. I wish it had more Pokemon in it than just the original 151, but if they made a Let's Go game with more Pokemon, I would probably play it way more than Sword and Shield, so, you know, that's the kind of fan I am at this point, I guess. Next up we have Ring Fit Adventure, aka Plastic Gold apparently at this point. So this game's fun. I haven't really played it that much, and I'm probably going to give this to one of my friends who wants it, but it's going for insane amounts of money right now, which I think is hilarious. Just the game card alone is $200, which is wild. Like, you can't even play the game without the accessories it comes with, so I don't know why someone would just want the game card, but yeah, that's Ring Fit Adventure. I mean, it's what you would expect, but it's also $200, so who knows. Next up, we have Saints Row the Third. What subtitle is it? The Full Package. It's fine. It's Saints Row the Third. I mean, I don't really know what I expected because, like, when the game was first out, I never played the story and I just kind of, like, did whatever. But this time I committed to playing the story, and boy, what a story it was. I would not recommend playing that, but to each their own, I guess. Next up, we have Scribblenauts Megapack. I haven't really played this yet. I've played Scribblenauts Unlimited, which is this one, on the Wii U. But I've never played Unmasked before. I played the first two Scribblenauts games as well on the DS, and I really liked those. I want to play this, it's just that playing it docked is actually horrible, and I don't really play my Switch handheld very much outside of Animal Crossing, so yeah, I don't know, maybe it'll get played. Next up we have Scribblenauts Plus. Oh, it says it here. Scribblenauts Plus Cut It Out Together. I didn't know which order the subtitle went in. This is fine. I mean, it's a pretty fun game. I think it was better as like a $10 eShop game than as like a physical thing that you can buy in a store. But it's a fun game if you have someone else to play it with. I would never recommend playing this game alone. The whole thing is that like you need two people. But it was pretty good. It was a Switch launch title. I had fun with it, so if you have $10 on the eShop, why not, I guess. Next up we have Starlink Battle for Atlas. I haven't played this one at all yet. I just bought it because it was literally $5 and came with like Star Fox figures, so I was like, well, eventually I'll play this game. I hear it's actually not terrible, and my friend had it, so I got to play it on his copy for a little bit, and I thought it was fun, so I was like, for $5, why not? I'll play it eventually, and it'll be good, maybe. Next up we have Super Mario Odyssey. I say this every year and I get dislikes on these videos, which I feel like is directly linked to my comments on this game, but I don't actually think this game is that great. Like, it's like a solid, like, okay on a scale from like terrible to great. It's fine. There are 3D Mario games I like a lot better than this. I think Galaxy 2 and Sunshine are way better, but it's a fine game. It's just not... I mean, this is the reason I bought a Switch, is for this game, and it kind of let me down, but that's okay because Breath of the Wild existed, so, you know, whatever. Next up, we have Super Mario Party. Speaking of letdowns with the word Super Mario in them, here's one. It's fine. It's way better than Mario Party 10, but it does not have enough content to justify being a $60 game. And like, even if they released like a $10 DLC for it with more boards, I would be like kind of okay with it, but they didn't even do that, so don't buy this unless like you do not have any other way of playing Mario Party and you need to play Mario Party, because I would just recommend getting Mario Party 6 or 7. Those are way better. So next up we have Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. So, a couple things about this. One, I love Super Monkey Ball 2. I've never played this one. Well, before this I had never played this one, but I like Super Monkey Ball 2, and Sega told us if we buy this one, they'll remake Super Monkey Ball 2. So, here I am with this. But honestly, this game's not as bad as people made it out to be. Now, I never played Banana Blitz on the Wii, so like a lot of the complaints seem to be centered around the motion controls on that game. I think this game's fine. I mean, it's no Super Monkey Ball 2, but like, people really hate this game. It's not that bad. It could be a lot worse. It's fine. I played the whole thing up till World whatever the extra one is, because that one was infuriating, but yeah, it's fine. Next up, we have probably my favorite Switch game, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is like basically the reason to own a Switch, more so than pretty much anything else in my opinion. This game's honestly pretty much perfect, so that's all I can really say. I mean, if you have a Switch, you probably have this game, so as you should. Next up, we have Yoshi's Crafted World. Oh boy, this is probably the only game where I've had to turn off the sound like on purpose, not because I wanted to listen to something else, but because I just didn't want to listen to this game's music anymore. I don't know what happened at Nintendo when they were composing the soundtrack for this game, but it is the most annoying soundtrack I have ever heard. And, I mean, the game's fine. Like, play's fine. Like, fun game. I hate the music. Terrible. There's one level in particular where they played the entire melody on a kazoo, and that was the breaking point for me. I just played the rest of the game with no sound after that, so you know. And finally, we have Nintendo Labo Toy-Con 1. This is the variety kit. I got this for $10 with all the cardboard, of course, and I built the racing wheel at one point. It took 3 hours to build, and that was just one of like the 7 things included in this thing. I haven't built any of the other ones, but I mean, it was fun enough to build. Like I didn't hate it. I think the games they give you at the end, like at least the racing game, was like fine, but it was like the most bare bones racing game possible. They could have at least put like, I don't know, like Excite Bike or something in 3D, and then it would have been a little more fun, but this is what we got, so, you know, whatever. Anyway, guys, that is every Nintendo Switch game I own, basically. I have a few other ones, but I'm planning on selling them, so there's no point in including them in this video because they're not even on my shelf. They're awaiting being sold. So, yeah, if you guys want to see a video of the digital games I own, I can do that, or I can do any other console that I own. So 3DS, PS4 are probably the best ones to do because I feel like every other one that I've done, I've gotten no new games for anyway. Also, I want to do a video on the games that I want to play during this time when we're all sitting at home. So maybe I'll do that, and then I'll do update videos discussing those games as time goes on. Mario and Rabbids is one of them. I've been playing Ori and the Blind Forest. I've been playing Doom 2016. So I could talk about any of those games. I've also been thinking about live streaming. I don't know how that's going to go or if I'm going to do it, but it is a thought that I have had. So yeah, that is, again, my Nintendo Switch collection. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video.